Welcome to Gears of War 3 Horde. I know we just got done with doing some Gears of War 2, and I wanted to jump into Gears of War 3, hopefully to get a 50-round game like we got on Gears of War 2. That would make me very happy. I don't expect it to happen, but one can always hope. So one of the things I wanted to go over was the difference between Gears of War 2 Horde and Gears of War 3 Horde. Obviously, the first thing that people think about is you can build fortifications in Gears of War 3. That was a big addition. And the way you build fortifications was that you built up your abilities over time. You'll see mine maxed out as I stand over things like building certain items. So if you see over the right there, you can see that everything's level 8, so I can build the maxed out silverback, which is a big deal. Most of the times games end pretty much when you get your maxed out silverback, because people just leave because it's kind of overpowered and it drains a lot of energy from the group per se. So the first thing you do is, as you can see, they purchased the tower over here. So that thing right there is basically your base. That's what you had instead of the... What they have now in Gears of War 4 is a fabricator, and that's kind of the base. And that this one, the base is that, and you can continue to purchase every base that's on the map. The other big thing that you'll probably see pretty much right off the bat too is that as I special my way through here. One thing else that you'll notice is that there isn't really a social horde. There is just a regular kind of ranked horde match. And that ranked horde match starts at normal. It can only be normal, and it collects 5 people, and then you start. Once you start, that's your group. If anybody leaves, like that right there, so you've already down a person. Once that person leaves, they're gone. So, as you can see, people get upset about it. So once that person leaves, now you're down to 4, and you'll continue to bleed off until there's nobody left. Sometimes it'll happen immediately. Sometimes it'll be some time before it, happens. Sometimes, I mean, we've gotten to random games where it's like, oh, I'm going to play through, 50 waves with like 2 people. And if you can do that, you can do that. Good job. Otherwise, I mean, it doesn't happen all the time. The other thing was there was a lot more characters in Gears of War 3 than there was in Gears of War 2. You could also, the addition of real weapon skins, which was really cool. Oh, where are you going? And you can actually kick Ticker's skin versus, and the other one kicking them was tough. Oh, that's the other thing is, so you can mark them. So if I mark them, I'll actually get a bonus for that round. And unlike the fabricator energy, where you deposit a general energy that everybody can use, each person gets their own energy to spend on their own stuff. So if you're a good player and you do really well, you'll obviously get more. And here's the silverback, which is a big deal. Don't know why I mean, obviously it's a little broken, so I can understand why they don't, have it in the fabricator for Gears 4. But that's the thing is I always thought that they'd kind of, add something like that to it. So yeah, the fortifications, you can see, are kind of set in stone where they are. You can't move them around, but you can buy them and upgrade them. And they pretty much upgrade right off the bat. So you have the ability and the money to upgrade them. But basically the energy, I mean, the money you're going to have is being drip fed in. The beauty of multiple. It's actually pretty much a big deal for those things. They blow them up versus.
5 left.
kick. And you don't want those to transform. In the early stages, unlike some of the other ones where we really kind of, dug in for the... In these, you really didn't hang back. You just got into the fight. I'm actually kind of shocked that I got kind of the top position for that point man.
Time to fortify our position.
So yeah, the ribbons are things that were added. A lot of that stuff was more associated, obviously, with kind of the single player mindset. I hate to say it like that because that's pretty much the way this game thought. The way the ribbons and everything that were in it were definitely more in the vein of the single player. If you played Horde, you had certain, abilities that were, associated with you, like your name tags and stuff, which were pretty cool. But you didn't really have, it's like when you have the little emblem thing for Gears 4. It's like you had a title, which was, I like the titles better than I like the emblems, but I understand the emblems don't sell basically cards. So.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, come on. I was making distance. Yeah. Okay, so those two guys are up. Now, that's the good thing that actually happens. So as you can see, I can buy back in for $1,500. Unlike people being returned to the fabricator and being just basically crap out of luck when it comes to Gears of War 2. In this one, you can actually purchase your way back into the game. The other differences, as you'll notice, hopefully if we make any distance in waves, you'll notice that number goes up. So the first 10 rounds, it's $1,500, and as we go on, it'll go up and up and up, and it'll be harder to purchase your way back in. And these things do actually play a pretty... I don't want to use a key role. I don't want to use that wording for it. They do play a very cool role in how that things work in the game. I like this too. As you can see, before you couldn't really tell where stuff was. And people just hate the idea. They think it's really weird that I play Chairman Prescott. I think I actually do it just because people don't get it or don't understand it. It's that kind of leadership thing that I really like. And he's also kind of that hated character. There's something very cool about Prescott that I've always liked, in the idea of, like, he's the Hammer of Dawn guy. So it's like, if I'm gonna use Hammer of Dawn, it's gonna be with him. So that, I don't know, I forgot to get Loomis from Gears of War Judgment, that guy that just walks around with a Boltok and he's like, that's it, that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to play with a Boltok. I always loved the idea of having like a legendary group of guys that you can kind of hire to...
Only 2 left. Last one.
Now the question is do I pick up the sniper rifle and try to do something with it? Because if I do, I am probably severely rusty with this. I don't think you can buy. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, it does buy ammo. That's pretty cool, because that's one thing I really didn't like about the other games. You pick up the ammo and it's like, it doesn't affect the oh, there it is right there. 9 seconds. Can I make it? Can I make it? I don't think I can. Oh, I did.
Secure.
Nice. I don't know what the max ammo for this thing is. Probably 24. And people are going to ask, like, did I feel that I was any sort of long shot master? In no way, shape, or form. I just feel that I like killing Cantuses. Which that should go without saying. Stop moving. The other thing is I feel like my hitboxes are messed up. They're not where they're supposed to be. What was that magic? Dude, that had to be ugly, right? Oh, look, Mama Cantus. And I love popping Cantus heads. It's my job in life. And I miss, of course. Very pro of me to miss. So, people ask me what my favorite thing to play in Gears is, and I don't even play Versus. Like, I am not a Versus guy at all. I am only Horde. I only like playing Horde. It's nothing personal to the Versus guys. You guys are astounding. You are great. Your targeting abilities, the stuff that I've seen guys do is like, wow. I am so impressed with timing and seeing how, basically human playing with a human player works. In the same respect and in the same vein, I don't think the guys that play Horde get the amount of respect that they deserve for playing Horde. I don't think, guys, it's a totally different kind of monster to play Horde than it is to play some sort of. That guy's had a bad day. There's something meticulous about Horde that's a little bit different than the way you standardly play this game. I don't think that I really think that Horde is what captures the game of Gears. I believe it's kind of the. Darn it! Where did he go? Where's he at? Oh.
Revive me! Up and at him.
Oh, okay. There's somebody behind us. Great. That thing's covering us. Oh.
Decoy is down!
Oh. So yeah, like you said, so in other words, like, see that freaking Cantus.
4 left!
Stop moving. So with like I said, we're playing the Horde. There's different tactics for each guy. There's different things you do, and the way you play is important to getting you through 50 ways. We're playing on normal. Playing it on insane is like crazy. It really is crazy. Like, it's like weird to be able to play it on that level.
Base established.
I like this base. This is always my favorite base. So yeah, you play it on insane and stuff like that, and it's like I think insane is probably as close to how they explain it to me that facing off against the Horde or the Locust Horde was. In other words, like, you shoot things and you're like, they're not going down, and the reason that men said that the retro lancers don't really break through the tough hide of the Locust, and like you really get an idea of why they were really a tough opponent if you play it on insane. But even playing it on normal and playing it on different levels and different things like this, like like I said, it's got its own little way of doing things that are different and are, you know, you're not going to get those experiences when you're playing single player per se.
You have my cat.
That ching is when you get when you get 500 points on one kill. Usually it's when you were the guy that kills. Jesus, yeah, man. I hate that late.
Good to go.
What's going on over there? Ooh, splat. I completely forgot what I was talking about. So, when you're doing Horde,
Well done.
oh, here we go. Down to 3. Usually we'll get down to 2. Once we get to 2, we'll just call it. And that'll be usually wave 10. Like, they'll get done with wave 10 and they're over. Playing this dude, you buy this section right here, and that gives you your Hammer of Dawn. And Hammer of Dawn is really good in this versus the other one. I don't have the money, but I can actually build this guy up to the decoy up to being a Onyx Guard. So instead of 4 players, you can have 5 or 6. Like, and the other thing is that I like about this is that there are versions of it where you can play with modifiers, which I've never seen them any other thing that Horde has had. Is the modifiers will allow like laugh tracks and stuff like that, and it allows this game to. Darn it, that was the worst shot I've ever seen.
Decoy destroyed.
You moved. Don't move. Thank you. With the laugh tracks and stuff like that, ooh, somebody's down. I'm gonna go get him. Darn it. Well, that was that. So like I was saying with the other one, you can buy modifiers for it that'll change the way like guys have big heads and fun stuff like that. I want to at least make it through wave 10. Like no point even playing if you didn't. So yeah, so if you Lancer, all right, sweet. So if you move up to
Acquired.
if you put big heads, put laugh tracks, all that sorts of stuff, it's really cool to see how they basically interact, you know.
They'll find that later.
And like confetti for blood, really cool stuff.
I'm out.
Can't believe nobody's made a. I've played for a long time and I don't know. I consider myself a Horde player, if you will. I've had good days and bad days, but for the most part, there's a lot of times people will ask me to play Horde just because it's the only thing I do. And yep, 2 deaths. I had a subject there that I was going to kind of roll with. Sniper rifle back. I think it's funny, like I'll come back to videos later and I know I'll be talking and all of a sudden I'll lose my train of thought and I'm like, oh yeah, I should have said that. Because I want to go over everything with you guys, like right up. But yeah, so I've been playing Horde for a while. I don't actually buy any fortifications until at least like
Revive me.
Should have known it. And the reason is because I don't feel like I need them. That was nice. I know where to shoot stuff. I know where to do what I need to do. I know how to get to, getting the boss ready. And by the way, bosses in Gears 3 Horde are legitimate bosses. Ah, damn it. Ah, you son of a...
Only 2 left.
Yeah, see, he's using the old shield tactic. Now, do I think we're going to win Wave 10 with just 2 of us? Well, he's over there parked by his lonesome with really no way to defend himself, so I'm not feeling it, but you just never know. And he's using the old shield technique, which is pretty cool. Nothing against that. But I don't have my sniper rifle, so I'm kind of... I'll do that. Why not, right? Win in Rome. So this is going to end like really badly for me, I think. I'm going to be kind of stuck in this kind of pocket over here. It's one of those times I'm like, hey, can I try on casual? This would be awesome.
Pitiful creatures cannot hope.
You know what? Let's be proactive.
They'll find that later.
Of course they will. See? Oh no, mulchers. I mean, not yeah. Oh, these guys suck. As you can see. Ah, you bum. Where's he at? He's up here. So like I said, it's not me. I tried. I knew I had to go get him, and I knew it was a setup. So thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get a better one later, and I'll show it to you then. Have fun, guys.